Hello. We are going to work on this today. I'm just gonna get right into it. I did want to fix one thing in this. I wanted to fix these trees and make them kind of blend into the blue a little more. Hello. Hello, hello. Got the top tier Pokemon music today? We are indeed listening to Pokemon music. Alrighty, I think that's good. The ref lines, we don't need anymore, but I'll keep them. The boards we don't need in here. Let's delete the artboard. Camera guides, yes, we need those for After Effects. Ref lines, I'll keep them just in case I need them. Foreground is lines paint. Midground, lines and paint. Background does not have lines, but the sky is its own thing. I think the outer glow is going to translate properly to After Effects, so this file is set up properly. So let's save that. That's shot 3. Let's get shot 1 in here. That's shot 4. We need to do shot 4. Here's shot 1. Let's delete the reference artboard that was for colors. Let's ungroup this one. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay, we don't need the grayscale checker. Cameras need to be in their own folder so I can easily delete them once I get this camera set up in After Effects. Cam guidelines. Foreground is set up properly. The blades of the midground. I think I did that so that I could easily, when Leafpool's walking through it, I could do that properly. That's set up. Midground set up. Background, I don't need the lines anymore. I decided I was not going to line the background. This is not needed. This is the moon. Label it, please. This is a global effect, so I think what I'm going to end up doing is throwing this down there underneath all the stars, merging it down. This is the sky. This is stars blue. And this is stars white. Did I just make both of those stars? Okay, I just did stars 1 and stars 2. I'm gonna change those to stars white and stars blue. And stars blue. Okay. Save. Let's make the sky its own folder. Sky. We'll throw that underneath the background. Okay, that's good. Crop this all. Delete this layer. Clean up the file as much as possible. We're saving this. Okay. We need to grab... Can I not organize these? Like, is it really that annoying? Where I want, like, shot one. I have to, like... Oh my gosh, if I... I don't know how many of you guys are old enough to know what I'm talking about, but there used to be this maze game. It was a screamer. And you had to keep your cursor inside the maze, otherwise you lost. That's how it felt trying to move those over. I am locked in today. I got it. I want to try to finish. This is my last stream until 2 Tuesdays from now. I will not be streaming next week. No, I will be streaming on next Tuesday either because I'll be flying back to Ohio. So I'm not going to be streaming for a whole 2 weeks after this, basically. So I want to try to get as much done today as possible. Not the Maze game. Yeah, it was on the same realm as the Impossible Quiz. It was like during the Flash era of the internet. Alrighty. Shot 2. Here it is. Is this set up properly? I think it's just one layer. Light ref. Okay, so the lighting ref on this is for me to add lighting in After Effects. So just FYI, these are the cam guidelines. Cam guidelines. Lines and paint. We will just label both of this background. I don't think I need... Yeah, I'm just gonna merge all this down and then call it the base layer. I don't need a whole folder for it. Honest Flash. Yeah, the internet collectively decided that they wouldn't. A lot of internet browsers. It was about the same time that I remember. I want to say it was like around 2016-ish when every internet browser collectively decided that they were not going to support ActionScript anymore, which is the coding language that you would code Flash games. Other things, like it was basically an alternative to JavaScript. And the internet decided to not support that coding language anymore. It got phased out. Flash became Adobe Animate. Animate slowly phased out its ActionScript capabilities, and the rest is history. Okay. This one's done. So the only one we have to finish is shot 4 for the background. So let's do that really quick. My cam guidelines are all of these. Okay, so we've got the cam in and the cam out. These are the thumbnails. Oh, we don't need them. Well, I'll keep them just for like kind of remembering where the characters are supposed to be. We'll set it to multiply so it doesn't really impede my painting that much. Multiply makes the white transparent. Unless a lot of old Flash games. There is a way to play a lot of them, I think. So if you have like a Flash player, I think you can still technically play Flash games. Because I can still, as somebody that worked heavily in Flash, a lot of my stuff that I uploaded to DeviantArt around that time, between, I'd say, like 2010 and 2015, involved some sort of like ActionScript coding. Specifically, I'm thinking of this one picture that I uploaded. It wasn't really a picture, but it was a document that I uploaded to my DeviantArt profile. That was a bunch, it was called like a bunch of WarriorCat ref sheets, something like that. And it involved ActionScript to use buttons to switch to each page. You cannot view it properly on DeviantArt anymore, but if you download the SWF and I open it in Adobe Animate, I can still view the pages. But you have to like go through a lot of extra hoops. Okay, we're gonna create a new artboard. This is gonna be the shop for artboard. Wow. Dawn of the Clans designs? Oh, I am gonna have to keep an eye out for that one. Yeah, you have to jump through some hoops. It's kind of a similar thing to like pretty much any computer game. I went down this rabbit hole of watching a lot of Let's Plays for like computer games from my past. So there was like this Barbie Secret Agent game that I remembered vividly, like certain aspects of it, but I wanted to see just how much of the game I was able to play when I was like 7 or 8. It's really hard to play games like that. Like there's a SpongeBob adventure game that I played when I was a kid. That I wanted, but you have to like jump through a lot of hoops to even play those types of games. So it doesn't surprise me particularly that like internet media, the older it gets, the more hoops you have to jump through to be able to view it in a modern setting. I noticed your storm has brown on her. I think so, Saturn. I'm not like... I'll be the first to admit that I know nothing about cat genetics, except for like the bare minimum that most people would know. Like calicos aren't typically males and stuff like that. But for Storm, I think I did end up putting brown on her because I was like, well, if they're both gray, it makes no sense. So I'll just throw some brown on her and then sure, she could totally have thunder. I think that the longer that you stick around and hear my thought process on a lot of things, you realize how unintentional a lot of the things that I do are. I'm like, I unintentionally feel like I impress people. And I'm like, no, I didn't intend to do anything. But yeah, I think I did end up putting brown on her because I was like, somebody needs to have a different color other than gray for these cats to make sense. Okay. I'm a little nervous because I've never tried to color correct. I'm a little nervous. I might have to... Okay. Let me finish my sentences instead of just restarting the same sentence over and over. When we switch over to After Effects, which we will be doing today, this background I'm working on right now will not take that long. I am a little nervous because I'm going to be attempting to do all of my color correction for a nighttime scene in After Effects for the first time. It could be very painful for people to watch. I'm going to give the heads up right now that it might be very painful. So fair warning. I don't like that. I have another brush that's like a similar brush. Is it this one? No. This one? I have one that's like more spaced out stars, but maybe I don't have it on this computer. Let me see. Let me see where I have my ABRs. Hey, Superun. Anyway, hello everybody. I am locked in today, so I might end up ignoring you guys a little bit, but hopefully. Well, fair warning, I probably will be ignoring you guys a lot, especially when we open After Effects, because it takes a lot of brain power from me. Brushes don't make your art good. Is it in this one? Barely used, maybe? No, it's not in that one. I know I have another brush that's like good for doing lots of stars. And yes, somebody's gonna come in here and be like, oh, you can do stars in After Effects. I know. I know. Actually, and I was thinking about doing it because then you could make them all like twinkly and stuff. But I think it's just, it feels like it's just a little bit too much for everything. So what I'm gonna do is invert, not that. Select all. Invert it, delete it a bunch. That way I get rid of a lot of the stuff. You forgot it's After Effects Day? I'm in the freaking, we're gonna end this stream and we're gonna be in post, guys. We're gonna be in post-production, as they would say in the industry. We are going to be making it all come together. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. Okay, blur it a little bit. Hey, Rosia. I find the droplet option on the airbrush. Yeah. I'm lazy. I have no excuse. Okay, so we do that. And then I start to add the little galaxy thingy-mabobbies where I go to my... I think every brush I'm using right now is in my brush pack, by the way, if people are asking. Let me look up brushes. If you go to I think it's the first link in the description of the video. Yeah, so I just using the spatter ink tool, and now I'm going to be using... I think I'm using the paper one right now, so just FYI, if you wanted to Bob Ross it with me and play along. What silver gray means? How is that different than clear skies pale gray? I don't know. Beats me. I don't understand how a yellow tabby is different from like a sandy tabby. Technically. Pale gray lighter, silver gray is darker. I suppose. I'm gonna be real, sometimes I don't even pay attention to like the extra descriptors on a cat. Like if it says gray, I'm like, I pretend I do not see anyone else sometimes. Like I said last stream, I kind of darken up the areas where I didn't end up putting any stars. Get a couple more colors in there. Brushes don't make your art good. I feel the need to preface every time that I say that is that it was made kind of to mock people who seem to kind of like pearl clutch their brush packs from people. Where I'm like, I don't know. As you guys know, I'm very laissez-faire when it comes to like letting people be inspired or like make derivative work slash like I don't know. I just have a much more, I would love to see what people can create, like, no matter what. So I don't really understand when people like kind of gatekeep creativity, I guess. But at the same time, I'm not here to tell people how to think or how to act, so I will adhere to whatever you'd like me to. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna be the first one to tell you, like, none of these brushes I actually made, I just found them over the years. Like, from 2013, I've just, like, found brushes that I really liked, so. But all of these brushes were from packs that were free. I didn't pay for any of these. They were just, like, on DeviantArt. And half of them are probably not even around anymore. That's why they're all, like, really weird names. Who do I think was prettier? I don't know. I think I'm kind of partial to like torties and stuff. I think that they're very pretty. So I am kind of partial to Turtletail and her description, but I think I make Starflower the prettiest out of like every single Dawn of the Clans cat. Cause she's just like comically beautiful in both Clear Sky and Thunder's point of view. She kind of like has the same rule as Oakheart for me, where like he's just comically handsome, and so she's just like comically beautiful. Okay, and then I'm gonna add a little bit more of a vivid blue. It'll match really good with Leafpool. She's kind of a warm brown. I think I'll blur the stars just a little bit more. We'll blur the stars a little bit. We'll lower the opacity on the little outer glow I have going on them. We'll lower the opacity, but up the size, maybe. Storm's more elegant and Turtletail's more cute. Yeah. I guess I never really thought about it. There's a new movie called Miss Moxie coming out. Thanks, Rosia. My friend Chris did it for me. Hold on, I will promote him. Awesome. Yeah. Oh, I might accidentally be switching moods on my on the little PNG tuber today, guys, because I'm going to be in After Effects, so I'm going to be on my big old, chunky, loud keyboard. And that's the keyboard that I have. The numpad is like to switch, you know, the... So if I accidentally go BRB a lot, that's because I'm pressing the one button on my on my keyboard. Okay. We'll blur these guys a little bit. We'll hit them with a little bit of an outer glow. I'm gonna make this one a color dodge, I think. Or maybe a linear dodge? Line him up a little. Reminds me of Firestar. Wait, what's it called? Miss Molly, you said? Miss Mosley? What was it? Miss Moxie. I'm looking it up. Wait, what studio is this? It looks like the studio that like did The Secret Lives of Pets and stuff. Fanta Animations. It does look like Spotted Leaf. Hold on, I'm showing it to you guys. Give me a sec. This reminds me of, there's a map back in like 2015, 2016. It was called, I don't remember what it was called, but it was a very interesting premise where everyone, there was a bird, a dog, and a cat. A bird, a dog, and a cat, and you like animated a part to it. But there was no script, you just animated whatever you wanted, and then the person that was hosting it put it together to try to make a cohesive story. This is like kind of generic. It doesn't really leave too much of an impression on me. What other stuff did the studio make? You guys got me down the rabbit hole now. Apparently it's out. It has a 7.0 on IMDb. I do like the character designs, the other ones. Like, I like that they went with trying, this is a screenshot. They went with trying to, like, design the cats to have all different stuff. That's pretty fun. You don't usually see that a lot. Somebody needs to loosen these collars, though. This one especially. I like the little puffies. Adventures of a Cat, Dog, and Bird. That sounds about right. 'Cause I don't remember it having, like... I remember it just being, like, a very straightforward title. So that's probably it. It was cool. Yeah, Don Bluth did almost do the Cats the musical. There's, like, some really cool concept art for that project. Their faces look kind of weird. They're a little flat, I'd agree. They have a pretty flat looking face. Let me look at what the studio has done. What did we say? It was Fanta Animation? Fanta Animation. They've done... They're in Netherlands. They're from the Netherlands. I I mean, it looks like that's their first really big movie. All their other stuff is kind of like smaller projects. Okay. Saw movie reviews and people were giving it bad reviews because it wasn't 2D animated. You can tell it's not 2D animated. Hello? From like the movie poster. Okay. We're gonna stars white. We're gonna do stars blue. I'm gonna add a little bit more. I'm gonna add another level. Why isn't that working? Do you guys... What am I doing here? Oh, I'm... Why is it not working? My flow is all the way down. Right? No? What's happening? Okay. Weird. Blur those ones. Blur those ones and put them on like soft light. Maybe linear dodge, maybe. Kind of off topic. Wanted to be a theorist and use papers and I understand. My day's been pretty good so far. Haven't done too much yet today. I did all my errands and stuff yesterday. Okay, I think I'm gonna call that done. I think that's fine. Artboard contents. Ungroup that one. Hit this with background, or we'll hit that with the sky. I'm gonna do stars blurry. I'm actually going to merge that layer down. And we're gonna hit that with the sky. Alrighty, I think that's good. I think those are all the shots. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm struggling so bad to make thunder resemble storm. It's hard. I mean, he's like specifically mentioned to look just like clear sky. Like silhouette wise. By Grey Wing. He's never mentioned to look like her at all. So it's hard for me to visualize her looking anything like him. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make a folder for each shot. Shot 1. Shot 2. Shot 3. Shot 4. I am going to throw the backgrounds in each of those so I don't get confused. And now we're gonna switch over to Clip Studio and I'm gonna export the frames. So let me open up Clip Studio. Hey kitten. He has the same sort of face, shape, and body build as Storm, you think? Is that what it says? And he's massive. Yeah, he's... I think they do mention that he's just, like, really big. I know that... I think Dia makes Storm, like, really big. I can't remember, honestly. Let me move over to Clip Studio for you guys. Okay. If you only got composite left to do, yeah, but you don't understand how long it takes. You don't understand how long it takes me to composite. Oh, that's the laughter of pain. Okay, I'm gonna make a folder in this shot for each character. So we're gonna make a little cloud folder. Oh gosh, I forgot that he has, like... How do I want to do this? Because he doesn't move, but I need to do some effects on him in... Maybe if I... If I save this as a PNG... Let's save it as a PNG. I'll save a duplicate. And I'm gonna open it. Which means we're back to Photoshop. Bear with me here. Elder at Chores, Beyond Comprehension, Leafpool, and Squirrelflight. Okay. Now... I'm gonna... I don't think I'll get it done today, but I'm gonna try to get as much done today as I can. I'm gonna delete everything. I'm gonna save a copy of this. I'm actually gonna save this in, instead of having like an individual folder for all of the cats that aren't moving, I'm gonna have a shot 1 character. I'm gonna name it shot 1 characters. I'll just name it characters. It doesn't matter. I'm the only one that's gonna be using this. I'm not throwing this. I'm trying to remind myself. I'm like, no one else is working on this except for me. It doesn't have to be. It just has to make sense to me. Okay. Then we'll switch over to Clip Studio Paint again. Now we go into Leafpool. Animation. Can I export? I think what I have to do to export is erase everything. Okay, export her lines as an image sequence. Not into the sailor. We want to go into shot 1. We want to make a folder for Leafpool. And then I'll do another folder for her lines. We're gonna name this I'm gonna name this shot 1 leaf lines. Okay. You can batch export? I don't want to learn anything new. We're just gonna do it this way. It'll be fine. Bear with me. Color. Okay. And then we'll do square flight. Make sure that those are exporting correctly. Looks good. Looks good. Square flight. Export image sequence. Make a scroll flight folder. Do scroll lines. Wait, hold on. I need a scroll flight folder and a lines folder. Otherwise, I'll get confused. Did not notice that you're doing your cleanup in Photoshop, not Clip Studio Paint. I was in Clip Studio Paint the whole time. I don't clean up in Photoshop. Do you think I'm crazy? I was cleaning up in Clip Studio. I did my time cleaning up in Photoshop. I did it for like 2... I feel like I cleaned up for like 2 parts and I was like, this is not it. I remember I cleaned up Pretender in Photoshop. And I cleaned up Intermission in Photoshop. I think that's it. I could be lying. By the way. I've been known to lie. Unfortunately. My memory is not that great. Okay. That's done. Now we open up shot 2. Where is shot 2? There you are. I haven't decided how I'm going to do my cleanup for MAPart with all the ways the characters are moving around. I want to do it in Clip Studio, but I need to figure out if I'm like doing it with or without the camera movements baked in. I don't know. I can't help you. See ya, Galaxy. Thanks for stopping in. I was admiring your part for this this map project and like all of the wind billowing for. I always do I try to do cleanup without the camera movement as much as possible just because it makes my head hurt a little less. But also it's because I like put everything together in After Effects and it's a lot easier to like just do the camera once if you're putting it together in a different program. I feel like if you're like staying in Toon Boom or something, just have like the animation, the camera baked in or whatever. I don't know. I'm not sure. Okay. Lines. Shot 2. Leaf. Lines. Yeah, somebody mentioned that you can use vector layers in Clip Studio, and I did not know that. So for next time, I will have to try that. But there's also plugins in After Effects that you can do to like smooth pixelated lines. It's like what anime productions use. Okay. Yeah, you can. It was actually pretty crazy because I started testing it out. So if you click new vector layer, this here, I'll show you the difference. So here is the brush that I used to line this, right? This one. It's pretty textured. I don't know if you guys can see, but it is pretty textured. Let me use one that's like a little bit more textured. This one's pretty textured. That's on the raster layer. Here it is on the vector layer. Isn't that not crazy? But that's like, it looks exactly the same. So I'll have to try it out next time. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some tests with it as well. Okay. That's done. Shot 3. Okay, shot 3 has grass and characters. Grass. Moth flight. Yeah, Toon Boom is just not financially viable for someone that doesn't have it either as part of their college like tuition, where you can get it for like $5 a month or something crazy cheap, or you like have a job with it. Once you're out of college, it bumps up to like $70 a month. And I don't understand who's supposed to be able to pay for that. Like you've like not a hobbyist like me. Not somebody that's just learning how to like animate and draw on the computer. So I don't know. It's like just cost prohibitive. Yeah. In 2018, I didn't have the money to buy a permanent copy of it. Oh god, I forgot that Mothlight's got like 4... Oh my gosh, she's gonna be actually pretty crazy. Lines. Lines. Color. She's got 4 layers. I mean, I personally do not use any pirated programs. And I would totally never recommend you guys use pirated programs. Okay. Mothlight color. Hey Janetta, you've been picking apples all day. That sounds fun, actually. Mothlight could have been such a good character, but instead she's one of the banes of my existence. Yep. I feel like all of my hated Warrior Cat characters are like, they could have been interesting in theory, but in practice they're just not it. So that's why I don't really blame people that really like the characters that I really hate. Because there are certain characters that you grow attached to so much that you like kind of mold them into what you want them to be in your brain. Like I know a lot of Mothlight is actually a pretty popular character, like all things considered. But a lot of people choose to kind of pick and choose with her. Or like appreciate her for what she could have been. I'm kind of bad at like not taking a character and how they I don't know how to explain. I'm pretty bad at, like, ignoring certain parts of characters I don't like, I guess. Try to take the character. That's not true, because I like Clear... Well, I don't really ignore anything that Clear Sky did. So... Yeah, I just don't like her that much. I don't like her, I don't like any time that she's used for the story. I don't like her, intentions that she's used for. I find her writing very hypocritical. I find that, I mean, it's all just bad writing. And she's not a real character. She's not real. She is not a character if she does not have writing, though. And I do not like her writing. When your favorite character is Tiger Heart? I feel like I don't remember him being that bad. I feel like most of the time when people don't like him, or, well, this is the thing, it's kind of like a Clear Sky situation for me, where I understand that he's, like, full of himself, and he puts himself into situations, and, like, thinks that he's better than everyone, but I'm like, it makes sense to me. So if a character's being, like, bad and stuff, but it, like, makes sense what they're thinking, and I can, like, kind of understand where they're coming from, even if I don't agree with their actions, it doesn't bother me. I'm like, everything that Tiger does that people hate him for is, like, the best thing for the plot ever, so I'm like, I'm okay with it. He's just entertaining the read for me. I think Brambleclaw and Tiger are pretty overhated, personally. Bramble never really elicited any strong emotions from me, ever. Until A Starless Clan and Changing Skies, where I really liked his character development after the Broken Code. Yeah. I mean, what? You guys want another hair star? You want another just, like, T-poses at the gathering and it's just, like, a yes man to whatever? Has no... Nah, man. I need somebody that's gonna shake things up. That's why I want Bree Star. So I want a Bree Star. Yeah, Squirrelfly Taupe for me is just like, it's hard for me to even acknowledge that book as, like, canon, just because every single character in it, aside from, like, Leafpool, feels so out of character or so, like, forced into a box of what they need to be for that specific arc. And even in the books, even in the actual books, it feels like that, because so Squirrelfly's Hope happens. Let me take you down memory lane really quick. First of all, my biggest connection with Squirrelfly Taupe is that it got spoilered. It was the first time that Warrior Cats really spoiled just, like, a major plot point so brazenly by having it released after Lost Stars, and Lost Stars decided that they were going to spoil that Leafpool is gone and she dies in Squirrelfly's Home. That was the first strike for me, right? the next strike comes from, not only is that book just like super depressing, it's not a fun read. It has very few lighthearted moments to it that I feel like Warrior Cats has always been pretty good at balancing. But it throws you off because in Lost Stars, which technically came out, if you're reading them in chronological order, which I never suggest people that start reading now do, I always suggest people read Squirrelflight's Hope first, before Lost Stars. But in Lost Stars, Squirrelflight is extremely attached to Brambleclaw. First of all, in all of A Vision of Shadows, their relationship is very solid, right? They almost have no issues in A Vision of Shadows. It's great. I really like both of their relationships with Spark and Alder, blah, 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 blah. And then you get Lost Stars, where we see Squirrelflight be very torn up about the idea that Brambleclaw has died in the snow. She's fighting for her life, trying to get him, like, she's extremely distressed. It gives off this idea that it is a very healthy relationship now and stuff like that. And all this stuff. So then you get Squirrelflight's Hope, where he just is like, everyone, well, it's not just him that's in that book that's like writing. And there are parts in that book where I honestly am like, Squirrel doesn't, the problem with that book is that neither of them are like listening to each other. I hate that book. I'm not gonna lie. I really hate that book. I've only read it once, but I'm sure that when I read it again, it'll be like a Mothlight's vision for me, where I'll have to like do an entire vent just because I'll have to like stop and like vent out my frustrations. I like specifically remember there are parts in that book that are just typical Bramble Squirrel eye rolling. I can't freaking stand this. Shoot, I lost my train of thought. Anyway, so Squirrelflight's Hope goes in between of these two arcs where we see like Squirrelflight and Brambleclaw are very much like in a pretty healthy relationship. Squirrelflight wants to be around him, all this crap. And then you just have like Squirrelflight's Hope that just comes in and is like, hey, what if we like did this thing that doesn't, it's not really acknowledged ever again that like anyone acted like that in there. It's like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's just, the book just feels like so unnecessary for me. I hate the fact that you have to basically tell people to read it because they decided to kill off a freaking point of view in it. And they better not do that ever again, is all I'm saying. They better not ever kill a main point of view off in a freaking super edition ever again. It needs to always happen in the mainline books like they did with Bramble. I'm just silent. It's just like stupid. That book really grinds my gears for only having read it once. I have to preface that. I honestly feel like the entire relationship of Bramble Squirrel should lead into a new addition to the Warrior Code that the deputy and the leader cannot be mates. Like, that's all that it feels like to me, is that this is a Code of the Clan short that is like, the deputy and leader should never be mates. I can't do this anymore. We need to stop. It's time to stop. I can't go through this again. shoot. I keep on accidentally. I'm sorry. I keep doing the same thing over and over. I'm sorry. I keep exporting this wrong. I don't know. I guess for me, I've never... And it's crazy to me that, I did a quiz yesterday with one of my friends. And it was the top 100 most mentioned warrior cats throughout the entire series. I'm sure you guys can guess who number 1 was. And... number 2 is literally Brambleclaw. And for the number 2 most mentioned cat in the entire series to be like that hated in the fandom is just like crazy to me. He just leaves no impression on me personally, really. Or I guess I don't know. I'm like, whatever, man. Well, that's the thing, right? I feel like a lot of people that don't like Brambleclaw use the majority of people, and I'm not saying this, I'm not mentioning this, and I'm not trying to call out anyone, but from I've noticed a lot of people that don't like him, usually they have a lot of strong opinions on Scorflight's Hope, and then like Omen of the Stars, Brambleclaw, right? And I guess for me, Omen of the Stars, Brambleclaw, I always have to preface this as I don't really have that many opinions on him. Like, strong opinions. I don't really like he's a very neutral character to me. I accept the fact that he is, like, a pretty prevalent character throughout the whole arc. But people don't like how he treats Squirrelflight in Omen of the Stars as well. But honestly, it doesn't feel wrong for him to like ignore her and like break up with her and like not talk to her at all. I understand that he is in a position like a deputy, but she did like literally lie to him for like 2 years that they had kids together, and that's a pretty big lie. Like that's pretty bad. I would probably be pissed too. No, I honestly, they're pretty good in Power of 3. If you've ever reread Power of 3, I guess for me, Bramble is like at his best when he's like a father figure. I think that he's really good in Power of 3, and I think he's really good in A Vision of Shadows. And honestly, I don't mind him in Bramblestar Storm, where he's like learning that he is the father, like he has to be like this father figure to the entire clan now. And he continually struggles with being in the shadow of father figures, basically. He has daddy issues. He's an interesting character, I guess. I never really do anything with them that, like, interested me until they did his entire, like, thing in A Starless Clan where he's losing faith in his ability to lead and all that stuff, which I thought was very interesting. Anyway, you can like any character you want in here. I definitely subscribe to the idea that every single character in Warrior Cats has the ability to be hated and liked. And I always find it interesting to have the different conversations with people. Because liking and disliking a character is very kind of arbitrary and biased. And I feel like there's always like a personal spin on it. Like why you like a specific character is definitely, there's always going to be like a something that relates to you personally, why you like them. I don't think that's a bad thing. Okay, almost done. How close would you say? Well, I'm done with the animation. I am exporting it all to open up Clip Studios or After Effects soon. I'm just taking my darn sweet time. No, you're fine, Tiger Heart. I really don't think that liking or disliking a certain character says anything about a person, personally. I just like to hear the reasonings. I think it starts to get bad if people are like, well, since you love the character I hate, then I never want to talk to you again. Ever. Like, okay then. Yeah. I don't think it says anything about, like, their character, their personal character or anything. I think a lot of Warrior fans, especially, I think, have a hard time, like, younger fans. Okay, it's all exported. Younger fans sometimes have a hard time understanding that people like a character not just because they see themselves in them. Once you get older and you kind of like get that sense of self, I think it's much more common when you're a younger person to kind of project onto characters and sort of like emulate them a lot more than it is when you're like kind of in your like upper 20s and like beyond. Where when you get older, it's easier to like a character that you would never want to be, but you just find them entertaining. You don't feel like you have to justify it as much. What the heck? After Effects. This version of Windows is no longer supported? Did After Effects drop support for Windows 10? Maybe, it says that I can still open it. I just can't download any other updates. Let me just make sure that After Effects isn't going to update like automatically. I can still, we can still use it. It's just telling me like, hey, I'm just managing it and I'm making sure that it's not on auto updates. Okay, I'm turning off auto updates for After Effects. Okay. me set up the After Effects project. Let me look at my settings really quick. Let me save this as Who's Afraid of Little Old Me, part 36. And let me make sure that my project settings... I want to make it so that when I import multiple files, I want to make it so that the default how do I change the default composition? Hold on. You guys are going to have to bear with me. Change default composition FPS. Because whenever I import the frame rate, it never freaking changes. Change default. My issue is that it always just defaults to freaking 24 FPS, and I don't want it to default to 24 FPS. Or, I don't want it to default to 30 FPS, I want it to default to 24 FPS. Whatever, man. Why is this off? Hold on. Do you guys want to see chat? Or do you just want like the whole screen to be After Effects? Do you want to see my little guy? Whole screen. Okay. I'll shrink myself. Hello, I'm all the way over here. Ah. I don't think I use anything over here, which is why I'll just keep my little guy over here. Flip it? Can I flip it? Can I flip her easily? How do I flip? Can I flip her on my thingy? Apple's in the timeout corner. I don't think I can flip her that easily. Oh, I can. There we go. Now she's flipped. Tiny! Awesome. Okay. Now I need to import some stuff. Here's part 36. We're gonna do a new comp. We're gonna name this Shot 1. We're gonna make it a 24 FPS. We're going to import this whole thing. Oh, let me change what we're working in. Shot 1. Now I'm gonna import multiple files, Leafpool, see, like it always edits to 30 FPS. I wish that I could switch this to do 24. I'm also gonna put my every time I see After Effects, I feel like that meme of the guy looking. Yeah. Like, I always have to, I put on my wrist brace, by the way. I always have to, like, interpret this footage. I want to be able to, like, default my interpretation of footage to 24 FPS. Let me look at that really quick, because I think that'll, AE interpret footage default. Let's look to see if I can switch that. Settings, import, set sequence footage. Okay, go to settings. import. Wait, where is that? I don't see that. File. Edit? Preferences. It's in preferences, silly. Import. Oh wait, you guys can't see the middle screen. Hold on. There you go. Uh-oh. I think I broke After Effects already. We've already broken After Effects. It's already not responding. Oh, this is a great start. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, here we go again. I don't have any other... Okay, Clip Studio is still open. Let's close Clip Studio. Reopen After Effects. All I did was open the preferences. Oh man, it is just opening up the preferences. Really? Why? Do I have any? I don't have any. Oh, okay. Never mind. Okay, here we go. 24. Awesome. Next. Okay. We go again. We go again. The Adobe Eternal Torture Loop. Yeah. I laugh because I understand. Multiple comps. There's that. Now, what happened to me being able to put these? They should have switched into. Hold on. I'm messing up. Delete those. These should switch into compositions. I might have to do them like one by one. Yes, editable layer styles, please. Thank you. Motion graphics and animators versus... Feels like this one time... Yeah, you guys... When I tell you guys that this is gonna be... After Effects is... It's expensive. It's hard to use. But it is very satisfying to use. You just have to, like... It's very methodical. It's a very I feel like I'm using much more of, like, the mathematics side of my brain. I'm turning up the music a little bit. We're gonna stick that in. Edible layer styles. Perfect. I'm gonna stick that in shot one. Okay, so we're gonna open up this comp. This is what I wanted. We're gonna copy paste all of these. We're going to paste them into here. Perfect. Now that I'm thinking about it though, this is going to be the final one. So what we want to do is I'm going to delete this because this is going to be the final comp. This is going to be the one where we put the camera movement in. So we're going to rename this one as final. And then we're going to take the background. We're going to make a new comp from the selection. We're going to rename this one to shot one. What's the easiest way for me? Shot one pre-cam. I guess I'm going to label it. Hey, Kichi. So with the pre-camera, that's where we can throw all of these on here. So we're gonna throw... I'm also going to make a new folder for Squirrel Flight. So I don't get too confused. Okay. So we're gonna throw the character layers. We're gonna throw Blue Star on here. We're gonna throw Crooked Star on there. Little Cloud. Muff Light will go above Blue Star. And Tall Star will go right here. Why can't this just be Toon Boom Node View? I've never experienced Toon Boom Node View, so I don't have that. Alrighty, and then we're going to do a new comp from this selection. We're gonna name this one Leaf Animation. And we're gonna throw in the leaf lines. And then we're gonna throw the leaf animation in there. This tells me how long the shot needs to be. So it's a 2 minute or a 2 second and 0.06 shot. And then we're gonna do the same as a squirrel. Throw a squirrel in there. We'll throw the pre-cam in the camera. Now, what I want to do is I need to start incorporating the characters into the background. So I think the first thing that I'm going to do is there's a way to open up both. I think if I open up shoot. How do you like open up? You can open up like two at the same time. Hold on. Okay, I need to use the lock icon. What? Open a segment by going to new comp from the composition panel or window new comp. Don't you guys love my After Effects screens where I try to like do things and then not be able to do things? Perfect, that's what I wanted, thank you. There he is, the boy. Okay. What I usually do is, I think on the color, I usually transparency it. I know that I'm keeping them in because I think that I want the lines to glow a little bit. I wanted to do an inner glow, not an inner glow. Outer glow. And then I think I originally wanted this to be like on multiply or something, or screen or something. Maybe. I can't remember. I'm trying trying to remember how I do this in Photoshop. See, I don't like... I'm gonna just multiply that. Like, I did the animation. What do you mean? Half an hour adding nonsense? I know. I feel like it's hard. It's harder for me to want to do it on my own stuff, but then at the same time, this is like the fun part for some people. So I try to like remember that. I'm kind of hoping that I can add some stars into this pattern. So like with an adjustment layer, I think that there's like a sparkle, right? Like particle, I think it's like a particle. Nope, that's not it. Duplicate the layer and only have the glow on one. Maybe. I think I want... Well, I want to give him eyes. I'm gonna feather this. I want him to be like, ooh, actually. No, wait, hold on. I'll feather the adjustment layer. Wait, can I do that? No, I do like it. Hello, Apa. And I would have liked it more. I don't think I could ever do comp under a time crunch. I mean, you guys see how slow I am doing it, right? It's bad. No, I'm not finishing it. Are you? I'm working on the first shot. I'm hoping maybe that we finish this shot. This is gonna be the shot that's gonna take the longest, I think, to comp anyway, because there's so many cats in it. Now, I want it like starry. What's Walk of Stars? Do you guys ever just like go on to Clip Studio or not? Or you just like, ooh, what's this one? That is not my thought. After Effects, stars. Oh, actually, you know what? I have a Vect Easy. If you guys don't know what Vect Easy is, it's a really cool website that you can like download free videos on. To like use. It's what I used to do the ink drops in the Sing of the Moon, which we looked at last week. Now you have to find it though. I have like a starry one. He's fading. He's in the background. Starfield. That's what they want. They want me to use. Starfield. What's this one? Nothing. Yes. Oh, they're floating. Don't phase them. Maybe that's not what I want. I want this, but I don't want it moving. Well, then just make it 0. Yeah. Okay. Disappearing into the void. I don't know. It's not really working, is it? It's still moving, is the thing. Well, it's because I'm still phasing it. I kind of want it to wiggle, though. Guys, I'm opening up a YouTube tutorial. Give me a sec. They're using... What are they using? I'd be fading if I had to witness this. I don't even know why Little Cloud is here, to be honest. a star field. No, that's what I was using. I don't know what to do. I might have to just, like, put stars on him. What if I did the snow? Actually. Oh, yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking for. Okay, hold on. We're cooking. I just want, like, wiggly. I want lots of variation in size, and I want more flakes. Thank you. And then I want some variation in speed. We'll do like a 0.1 on the wind. And then do a little bit of an outer glow. And we'll mask it. So I want it like around his eyes. And I want it around his feetsies, mainly. Oh man, yeah. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. Okay, and then we'll feather those a little bit. And then I kind of want a frosted look to his color. I am guessing that this first one is going to take the longest, by the way. How much is After Effects? Full disclosure, I pay for the entire Adobe suite every month, and it is $70. Okay, we're going to do an inner glow of, like, that light blue. And I'm gonna blend it. Some more light. You can't see anything. Actually, that's not. I don't like that. He needs to be like you can't see his style at all. Sorry, I haven't gone BRB. Like I told you guys, I use the numpad a lot when I'm... Okay, I like that, but I want it to be a little bit more... And Cinderpelt inspired him? Yeah, I don't know why they... I genuinely don't know, because Yellowfang is here too. She's not in any of my shots, but she is here. We could probably add some stars floating around the entire thing. Okay, one cat done. Okay, hold on. We'll keep Little Cloud up. We'll throw Tall Star in there. But I mean, a lot of the stuff that I'm doing, like right now, this particle stuff, I really can only do in After Effects. Like, I don't know how to do it anywhere else. But a lot of the other stuff that I'm going to be doing to, like, combine these, you can do it in, like, you could do all of it in Clip Studio. You could do it all in Kirita, probably. I'm just trying to learn After Effects, and I have it, so I want to learn it. But yeah, Krita is something that I would love to try out. It's something that I know a lot of my friends do use Krita, and they do really like it. Okay, right now I'm just copy pasting pretty much all the layer styles from Little Cloud onto Tall Star. Yeah, I've heard that Krita is pretty dang good for, like, emulating drawing on paper, like animating on paper. Yeah, I don't do anything with their eye color. Like, their eye color stays the same sort of brightness that they were when they were alive. He's a little bit more. Well, I just meant that there's not that many bells and whistles that you have to learn. I've heard that it's pretty easy to pick up. Is what I'm saying. Gay man right there. We love to see it. Okay. I know there's a way to make these stars twinkle. I'm just not exactly sure what it is. I'm gonna change that top one to have like a little bit less of a feather. I don't like this little guy. That's just like floating in the middle of his face. Let me change the... Yeah. Okay. I do think that your eyes need to be slightly, just a teensy bit off. Like 70. My issue is with tutorials. Yeah, I just watch tutorials on YouTube. I just type them in and get them. How do I move this, please? Thank you. So pixely. That added nothing. I love After Effects. Whatever, man. Okay, now Cricket Star. If it's not too personal, did I go to college? I did not. I did not. My college degree is in Japanese. Why is Tall Star here? Why is Cricket Star here? Don't question it. Just embrace the chaos. Why is Leafpool there? Gotta get that first arc nostalgia. Literally all of the cats here are from the first arc except for Mothlight. It's actually true. Well, and Leafpool and Squirrelflight, obviously, but oh, I forgot. They're supposed to be behind the mid-ground. Okay, we'll fix that. Also for his brother's kids. Yeah, but Leafpool and Squirrelflight aren't related to, like, Misty Star and... I don't know. I don't know, man. Oh, they're locked. I'm like, why can't I edit them? It's because they're locked. It's doing that thing again. There's like a star. I guess I can like change the size of them. I like them bigger though. Oh well. Gonna go back to Ibis. Is Ibis just on phones? Okay. Now, I forgot, we're gonna have to switch this stuff. We're gonna have to throw all of this on the pre-cam. Because people, the sky and the background are gonna be in the backpack. But all of these guys are behind the rocks, so they're all behind the mid-ground, but then Squirrel and Leaf are in front of the mid-ground. Yeah. Okay, the blades. I need to do something with this one. That's it, I think. All the other ones are fine. Okay, that's 3 cats done. The mid-ground blades need to be behind Blue Star and Mothlight. I should probably make a comp for each ground layer. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let this play for you guys while I go refill my coffee. I'll let you guys play it at half, I think. Can I like make this bigger? Thank you. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm back. Wait. Night Star's supposed to be in this scene? It's a party! I got my refill on my coffee. Okay. Most clans got a leader. Shadow Clan has 2 medicine cats, though. Shadow Clan does end up having 2 cats. Everyone except for River Clan has two cats in here. Because Yellowfang's in the scene. That's who Squirrelflight's looking at off screen. Now, I'm wondering if I... fix her blues a little bit. I'm seeing if I can just... kind of throw a photo filter on her and like a color balance, and if I can get away with that, honestly. It's kind of what I'm hoping for. But we'll see. No, that's not gonna work. I don't think the photo filter is gonna work. I feel like just kind of shifting her into having more blue in general. No, they'll just look alive. We'll throw our curves in there. Oh, I gotta switch my music. Give me a sec. No, I think just doing a color balance and then possibly a solid color layer that's like this. Tint? Maybe. I could try tint. Let's try a tint. I think like maybe a 3 on the red lighting. How do I understand this? Very... I kind of just press buttons until it like looks like maybe what I want it to look like. I'm not gonna lie. Button mashing. Exactly. It's exactly like playing Smash Brothers. Just button mash. I'm like a caveman. It's rare to watch someone use After. Full disclosure, don't. I am not the person to learn After Effects from. Well, maybe I am if you just want to like mess around with it for fun. Okay, so we'll transform the mask a little bit while she's walking. I think what I'm going to do is maybe map her darker. Maybe actually like tint her down a little bit on the bottom. What if I switched her layer? What if I switched her curves to be like darker on the bottom? Ooh, that's fun. I also feel like she might need some saturation adjustments. Kind of like that. And then like make her top lighting even more pronounced. What if I made like her rim lighting a little brighter? The toothpick really does change everything. That rim lighting did so much. It does, it does. You know who I'm actually worried about? Is the freaking squirrel flight. Orange cats at night make me want to peel my eyeballs off. I have never quite gotten, like, I've never quite been able to easily convert an orange cat's palette into nighttime. It's always a little bit of a struggle. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to key the mask a little bit, which means I think I need the mask path. We're gonna up it. And then kind of want it to be behind her. And we want her body to be kind of like going a little bit more, I think. Yeah, we'll fix squirrel flight. Similarly colored characters with similar backgrounds. True, true. Well, this is what you'd have a color key for in like an actual production, right? Where somebody's already like thrown together what the character should look like. Okay, she gets a little, I think like right here, she should still be a little bit illuminated. Let me remove this one. And then I also want to add a little bit of that inner shadow to the lines, but like, wait, hold on. I can't remember how I wanted to do this. This is why you should like make a new layer for the rim lighting, but I'm lazy. So basically I'm lazy. As she gets closer, I kind of want the rim lighting to get bigger. Speaking of the Avatar, I heard that movie was a mess. Are you talking about the blue people? The Airbender one? Is the new Airbender movie good? I've heard, like, very mixed reviews about that one. I think I'm gonna actually just do a solid. I like doing the solid layers better. For the whites of their eyes. Young. Oh, Mr. Young. Oh, Mr. Young. So happy to see you. Oh my gosh, Mr. Young should, wait, hold on. We have to show the art fight that Mop did that's inspired by, Young. Where is it? Here it is. Look at him. Oh, the composition isn't long enough. It's the Young. Look at them. Shimbrella Rio. Made by the wonderful Mop. Okay, back to Leaf. I can't remember. Is it page up and page down? Yeah. Can you show me my art request, please, Scrublight? No art requests today. Sorry, I'm young. We did 90% of that animation in special, but guess my name didn't need to be in the credits. I know that feel. Well, not on like an actual production, but... Come on, buddy, you can do it. Click it. Move it. Thank you, thank you. Move, you white dot. I'll change its interpolation to hold. That's how you like can get it on there. If I go like this and I go keyframe interpolation and I say hold and I go, yep, and it'll hold for whenever I until I move another keyframe. Me when I only have one eye shine. Apple, I hear you. I don't want to hear it. We're just going to disappear that off the side of the screen. You can force After Effects to do stepped animation? Yeah. I think you can even set it to be like hold every 3 frames and stuff. But I don't have a consistent frame rate, so I don't really have any need. But yeah, it's called keyframe interpolation. Oh yeah, can you guys hear Apple? Yes, I hear you. At last, a feature for me. I know. There is also node view on After Effects. I'm just not used to using node view, so I don't use it. Oops, I messed up. Accidentally extended the whole entire thing. Yes, Apple, I hear you. I don't know what you want me to do about that. No, you don't need to help with After Effects. You really don't have to be pressing random buttons on After Effects. That's... really, you don't have to be doing this, baby. Just... Apple! Apple! She's pressing the help button. She's literally pressing like F1 or something. It's like that hotkey for help. And now she's sitting in front of the screen. This is perhaps the worst program to press random buttons on. I'm saving right now. Just in case. Apple! I swear. She's pressing the mouse. Yeah, I know, I hear you. She woke up and chose violence. That is indeed what happened. Here, you can sit on this one. I'm not even using this. Just sit on... You can sit on the drawing tablet right now. She likes sitting on the drawing tablet square. And I'm not using the drawing tablet right now. I should do a Maple Shade map. I do have an idea for a Maple Shade animatic. I don't think the world needs it, and I do believe that the song has already been, like, used for Maple Shade before. But I have, like, a cool idea with it. I don't think I like Maple Shade enough to do, like, an entire video dedicated to her, but I feel like I could do an animatic. Can I do Squirrel Fight Bippity Boppity Boo sung by Blue Star? Which Blue Star actor are you thinking about there? There's a couple of Blue Star actors. The Wirecats animated Blue Star singing Bippity Boppity Boo? I might be able to arrange that. I know, Bibby. Stop hitting the mic. They don't need to hear you hitting the mic. You need Apple ASMR? They're an animatic on Evil Apple? She is evil. And she's also 17, so I tell her no very non-frequently. Wait, was that always like that? Is she the one that got rid of the pre-comp? Oh, she's big stretchies. Hey, that's not what I wanted. Uh-oh. Oh, no, I already forgot how to freaking add another one. Oh, goodness gracious me. If I checked it someday, where do you post it? Did you email it to me? I would love to see it. I don't think I saw it. I do admit that I do not check social media very often. That is not what I wanted. I want to be on mask. Thank you. Should I just dump and get After Effects? It is expensive. It's not a cheap program. Everything that I'm doing in it, you can technically do in other programs. But it is an industry standard program, so it's good to learn it. But it is a little bit cost prohibitive. But yeah, I think it's worth learning After Effects. Some people really like doing comp. Just After Effects is 23 bucks a month. I can't wait to get my double carpal tunnel diagnosis tomorrow. Oh no. Just After Effects is 23 a month and you're locked in for a year. But you have to pay monthly, right? I'm trying to decide whether it's worth doing the eye shines in After Effects or not. Honestly. Not sure yet. Probably. Well, I'm still trying to figure out exactly what's worth doing in After Effects and what's worth just doing in Clip Studio when I'm cleaning it up. It's nice to learn how to do everything in both programs, though, so... How are you guys doing today? Any tablets? Samsung? I personally have very minimal experience drawing on an iPad. The only time I've drawn on an iPad is during a family vacation. I borrowed my sister's iPad and drew on it. And it was okay. I mean, it wasn't my favorite thing. I personally have never had a screen tablet. I've always used a Wacom Intuos and had a laptop. Right now, I'm using a desktop computer, though. I stream on a desktop computer. So I don't have too much advice for screen tablets and stuff, although I have always stuck with Wacom as my tablet brand. I find that their products are very good. They're on the probably, well, my tablet I got for, I think I got it for 75 bucks when it was on sale. I know that their screen tablets are on the pricier end. Yeah, well, I want them to glow. I wanted to add like a little glow to them. I did it because of the same reason that I separated the line art layer on the StarClan cats, is because I wanted to add like a glow that I thought would be easier or if I did it on After Effects. I feel like I'm just not very good at like manipulating. I need to probably watch some tutorials on manipulating like layer masks and stuff and doing this like minute things quicker. I'm sure that I'm doing it in like the slowest possible way, as I usually do. No, no request today, I'm young. Like, see, I wanted to add this, like, outer glow. But I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it. I don't know if I'll shade her at all either. Because I'm gonna have to do even more like... See, I'm not very quick at doing like the masking of things. I mean, I didn't shade any of the other cats. I feel like I could just like darken up her feet a little bit more. Like if I feather... You're forgiven, Nimion. I could never stay mad at you. Okay. Oh no, forgot to add a... There. Like, I'm sure I could be using some more quick keys here. I need to look up, like, masking tips and tricks, definitely. That is definitely something that I'll look into. For the next time. What is it? It's been 3 hours. Okay. Drawing the back legs is honestly never gets easier. I'm not gonna lie. I still have a I didn't even draw the back leg in this last I didn't even draw it in the last frame. Okay, we'll add this one. There's got to be a button that like lets you make a keyframe more than just going over there. I wonder if Rosar ever had any more litters of kids. I don't know. Starflower is pregnant in Shadowstar's wife. And we never get to see what her kids look like. I think it auto keyframes when you move after the layer is activated. That's okay. I probably could. I think I'm just gonna get rid of this stupid blade, honestly. I don't need it. I'm gonna lower the feather a little bit. And I think I'm going to adjust the mask up here. Oh man, After Effects really does just take freaking forever. Okay, keep working, buddy. Keep working. Let's get Moth Flight looking all Star Clanny. I want to lock this in. How do I do that? How did I just do that? I literally was doing it at the beginning of... Thank you. Maybe for moth light, I'll do the outer glow on her color layer. Elvis Longtail. Yeah. Indeed. Don't do it on the edges, please. What about if I made her... Okay, her lines are already like that. I do kind of want an outer glow on her lines. But I want it to be like a normal. Just like soften them a little bit. No, I guess not. Hmm. It's so hard to get the star clanny cats to look that are white to actually show up. Like, so hard. Like, you guys have no idea. Okay. Why doesn't it want to do that? Why is it doing that? Maybe that's not the one. I don't know why that's not working the way I want it to. Oh well. I'll figure it out later. Okay, where's the final? Is that the camera movement? guys notice how I haven't touched squirrel fly? I'm a little scared too. And then I kind of wanted a moth, and I think I actually maybe wanted them blurred. Wonder if I should give them. See, I don't feel like the Starkling cats should have rim light. Maybe they should. I guess they probably should. Turn that cat blue. What happens if I just throw the color adjustments on her? No. That didn't work. Oh. Of course we couldn't be so lucky. Why can't I, weird. Yeah, she doesn't look right. Okay, yeah, it just makes it harder, it does. Don't worry. See, I have experience making an orange cat work at night, but I don't have experience in just like winging it in the middle of After Effects is my issue. I'm gonna delete the color balance. Add the tint. Tint more gray. Like a darker, kind of a purplish, a darker purplish. No. I need... Okay. Maybe a photo filter will work on her. She's losing her... She has to still look like she's... She still looks good. I mean, she's only in this shot, you guys. I'm not gonna worry too much about it. I don't think. Oops, I accidentally... Her tail goes up into the blue. feel like maybe if I upped her levels a little bit after... I'm gonna make this 5. There's a frame right there. That's the frame. I'm like, there's a frame where it's like going. I feel like the drop shadow on her could be better. It's kind of going too early. It's a little bit rough around the edges for me. You're back with your lunch? Well, I think I feel bad because I don't feel like we actually did as much as I even wanted to today, which is crazy. But I feel like I'm at my limit. There's some days. Yeah. Well, my problem is that with After Effects, everything takes... Okay, stop. I want to do a mask, not a shape layer. Why aren't you letting me do a shape layer? Oh, okay, right here. With After Effects, just I work so slow in it. Yeah, I want a little bit of parallaxing for the foreground of this shot. I think I want them to be blurred. Let me make another comp. How do I create a new comp from my selection down here? Hold on. Create After Effects comp from timeline selection. Select all layers, right click the selection in timeline and choose pre-compose. Foreground. Thank you. Nope, wrong way. Now they're not moving at all. I want them to move a little bit. Just not as much. It's coming. It's getting there. I feel like the first shot is going to be the shot that's going to take the longest, just because I'm also trying to figure out all of the color corrections. I'm trying to think. Actually, I think I still messed it up. I think that this needs to be moving differently. I still think I messed it up. It's moving from this way to this way. Yeah, squirrel needs her shadow. There's a lot of stuff that still needs to happen. I'm just trying to get it. A little bit more finished because I'm about to end stream. She needs her shadow. I want to possibly do a little bit of work on, like, I would like there to be maybe some more stars coming up from the ground. I'd like to fix her drop shadow. I'd like to possibly shade a little bit of them. I don't know. I might not. Because I feel like if I do it on this shot, I have to do it for all the other shots. And I'm like, ugh, I really want to. I can probably do a little bit of wiggle on... I'm trying to think. I might tint the background cats to be more... kind of blend in with the background a little bit more. I might tone down that camera. It feels like it's going a little fast. But yeah, I just wanted to get the camera in there to end the stream with. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that still needs to happen. I'm not gonna lie, I think that the next shot is probably gonna be the easiest to comp. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna add any more, like... I don't think I'm gonna add any masked shadows. I'm too friggin' lazy. I might blur the background a little bit. I think I'm gonna tone down the camera movement just a little bit. Like, tone down the parallax. I'm trying to decide. I feel like maybe I'll keep the foreground not blurred and then blur the background. I think that might work a little bit better for this shot. Because she's walking towards the foreground, so I feel like blurring out the foreground kind of makes it seem like she's not walking towards it. I think I'll combine these three guys into the background a little bit more. Maybe especially blur like Little Cloud and stuff. Squirrel Flight, I would like to try to... I think I'm gonna pull... I actually think I might pull in my Four Trees Gathering picture with... There's Thunder is in that picture, and I like how I color corrected him into the background, so I might pull that in and see if I can't use it as a reference for Squirrel Flight. She needs her eye shines. I'm probably gonna give Leafpool some drop shadow right there on her eyes. Give her a little bit more volume in her eyes. I might make the bottom of her a little bit darker. I like the background. It looks like there's fog. Yeah, that was intentional. I wanted it to be kind of starry. I think I might add a little bit more particles coming up from the background. Like maybe a little bit more dust. Make it a little bit more ethereal. Ethereal, I guess, is probably the actual way to say that. But yeah. Alright, well, we didn't get as much done as I wanted, but we did manage to get, I think, what I wanted the StarClan cats to look like, which is important. I knew Squirrel Fight would be trouble. I knew that this first part would go a lot longer. I genuinely think... Well, the next shot's not going to take long at all, because the thing about the first shot is that I had to color correct Leafpool. No, only the StarClan cats have stars. Leafpool and Squirrelflight are still, quote-unquote, like, they're not StarClan yet. I think there's another part after this where she kind of, like, the person is making her look more StarClan-y in it, so she's just gonna be normal in this one. That's why she's, like, she's not, like, semi-transparent or anything. I did ask Dreamy about that. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for me today, you guys. I'm gonna go cook some dinner. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I will not be streaming next week. So the next time I will stream is probably gonna be on the 27th. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye bye.